Today, as we honor Charlie with this incredible Presidential Medal of Freedom on his birthday, I see here with tears and just humbled heart and spirit, because his story reminds us all that to live free is the greatest gift, but to die free is the greatest victory.
Girl, you won't believe the memorial.
I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is, Jenny. And that's love. That is not a normal hug and hello. You look at her, what she's doing. See that hand behind the head? That's a hell of an embrace that she's given him there.
And Charlie's siblings have now entered the chat, and according to what's being whispered, they believe Erika's been making some serious moves behind the scenes, and not just personal ones. They claim she's been quietly aligning herself with powerful figures, allegedly positioning herself close to JD as his influence continues to rise. Girl, you won't believe what's going down. The whole Charlie Kirk story just flipped again, and this twist is unreal. Word is, Charlie's own siblings have finally spoken up, and what they're revealing has everyone talking non-stop. So here's the tea. People have been buzzing for weeks about Vice President J.D. Vance and Erika Kirk, and the internet has been in chaos ever since. Fans were already side-eyeing things when Erika said J.D. reminded her the most of Charlie, and that one comment sent social media into overdrive. People couldn't stop dissecting it, wondering what exactly she meant by that. But here's where things get even wilder. Now that's Charlie's the kind of rumor that can set the internet on fire. Whether it's politics, strategy, or something deeper, Erika's name is back in the headlines. And this time, it's bigger than ever. Fans say her recent behavior feels less like mourning and more like a master plan unfolding right in front of everyone. Whatever's really going on here, it's got people glued to their screens waiting for the next reveal. It all kicked off with that speech Erika gave just days after Charlie's passing. And let's just say, people were not expecting what came next. Instead of feeling like a heartfelt goodbye, the whole thing sounded more like a statement, like she was trying to prove something to the world instead of simply honoring her late husband. Then came the memorial. And people are still talking about that entrance. Erika walked onto that stage like it was a grand spotlight moment, the kind you'd see in a championship arena, not at a somber service. And just when everyone thought it couldn't get any more shocking, she publicly announced that she had forgiven the man responsible. The crowd froze. Some were in disbelief, others just confused. Many said that moment didn't feel right for a ceremony meant to mourn and remember. But that's not all. Fans immediately noticed something strange. Charlie's parents and siblings were nowhere in sight. Now, it's totally understandable for a family to want privacy during grief, but skipping the entire memorial, that raised serious questions. The internet quickly filled with speculation. Was there quiet tension between Erika and Charlie's family? And when people realized that Charlie's longtime friend, Candace Owens, wasn't there either, the whispers got louder. Something about that whole scene just didn't sit right with anyone. So, a few weeks after that emotional memorial, Erika finally reappeared, this time standing beside Charlie's parents at the White House. It was supposed to be a proud, heartfelt moment, as Charlie Kirk was being honored posthumously with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The setting was beautiful, the words were emotional, and yet, something about the vibe felt completely off. Fans watching the ceremony noticed right away. The tension in the room was thick. The distance between Erika and Charlie's parents wasn't just physical, it felt emotional too. You could practically feel it through the screen. Instead of a united front celebrating Charlie's legacy, the body language told a whole different story.
Violence when he was murdered. Do you think that was a coincidence?
I don't believe in coincidences.
It's about Charlie's assassination.
Right.
How does that make you feel?
When everything happened, my phone died and became a black hole. I just didn't turn it on for weeks on end. I've intentionally insulated myself.
Stiff smiles, minimal eye contact, and silence that said more than any words could. Social media lit up instantly. People started questioning if there was more going on behind closed doors, if maybe the relationship between Erika and Charlie's family had quietly fractured. Then came the moment everyone had been waiting for. Erika's first major interview since the tragedy. Sitting down with Jesse Waters, She opened up about the day Charlie was shot, the overwhelming grief, and what life's been like raising their kids alone. She even addressed the online theories swirling around the case and the ongoing trial of Tyler Robinson, leaving viewers torn between sympathy and suspicion as they tried to read between every single line. After that White House moment and her interview with Jesse Waters, you'd think Erika would have taken a step back from the spotlight, but oh no, she did the exact opposite. Within days, she was back on social media, posting polished videos, long captions, and glossy photos that looked straight out of a magazine shoot. Fans were stunned. Many said it felt like she was trying to rebrand herself while people were still trying to process what happened to Charlie. The comment sections turned into full-blown debates, with some defending her as a woman just trying to stay strong, while others called her actions off and way too soon. What really sent things spiraling was a series of posts where Erika appeared to be giving motivational speeches about forgiveness and moving forward. In one clip, she said, "We can't live in the past."
Because I need to guard my heart, and I need to be there for my kids, and I need to be there for Turning Point. And what I've realized through all of this is that everyone grieves differently. Everyone is trying to figure out, and I don't blame them, how does this happen? How does somebody become so radicalized where they can justify this in their own head?
We must rise above pain and find purpose in the pieces life leaves behind. At first glance, it sounded poetic, but many fans felt that tone didn't fit the situation. They expected tears, reflection, maybe silence, not branding opportunities, and the timing, that's what made it hit differently. It felt like the grieving widow had suddenly turned into a public figure running her own narrative. Then came what people now call the conference moment. Erika showed up at a conservative summit, walking confidently onto the stage in a bold red suit that caught everyone's attention. Cameras flashed, reporters swarmed, and social media exploded with clips of her speech. She talked about faith, resilience, and continuing Charlie's mission. But something about the delivery made people whisper. It was smooth, powerful, and controlled, almost like she'd rehearsed it for weeks. And that's when suspicions really started to grow. Some insiders started whispering that Erika wasn't just trying to honor Charlie, she was positioning herself as his successor. Think about it. The timing, the speeches, the symbolism, everything lined up perfectly with someone stepping into leadership. What's wild is that only a few months before Charlie's passing, he had made it clear during several interviews that he had no plans to step away from Turning Point USA anytime soon. So, when Erika suddenly started attending board meetings,
We just lost one of the greatest voices of our generation. Why? How? What's behind it? Like, everyone's trying to process this. And I respect that.
Do you think they've caught your husband's killer?
making key decisions, and reportedly changing some of the internal structures, people began connecting dots that pointed straight toward a power shift. And the moment those rumors reached the internet, the story blew up again. Threads popped up on Reddit, podcasts started dissecting every move she made, and old videos of Charlie praising his team resurfaced. Fans began comparing the old leadership style to the new one, claiming the tone and mission had shifted overnight. One post went viral saying, "Charlie built a movement, Erika built a brand." That one comment got over 50,000 likes and started a whole wave of discussions about whether the organization was still focused on its core values or if it had become a personal PR machine for Erika. Meanwhile, Charlie's siblings remained unusually quiet until recently. In a leaked conversation that allegedly came from someone close to the family, they reportedly expressed frustration over how things were being handled. They claimed decisions about Charlie's estate, projects, and even memorial donations were made without proper consultation. And while no one in the family has gone fully public yet, the tension is practically undeniable. Several of Charlie's former staff members even hinted that the once tight-knit circle around him has completely fractured since his passing. But here's where things take a dramatic turn.
So, something I'm so grateful for is that we have one of the most incredible teams for this case. I would never wish it upon anybody to have to go through what we are going through. To have seen the autopsy report, to have seen the different evidence portions that have been collected. I trust her.
The financial questions. Insiders started hinting that the IRS had begun reviewing certain donations connected to Turning Point USA. Of course, this doesn't mean anything illegal happened, but when fans noticed Erika suddenly hiring a new PR team and issuing no-comment statements through legal representatives, it definitely didn't calm anyone's nerves. People started asking why an organization dedicated to transparency was now playing things so quietly. Then, there's the personal angle, and this is where the internet really split in two. Some people think Erika is a woman who went through unimaginable loss and is now trying to survive by taking control of her life, protecting what her husband built, and refusing to crumble under pressure. Others, however, believe her actions show cold calculation, a careful strategy to secure influence and cement her name at the center of everything Charlie left behind. And with her rumored connection to powerful political figures like J.D. Vance, the speculation only gets louder. One particular interview clip stirred even more chaos. When asked how she felt about the criticism surrounding her leadership and public image, Erika smiled calmly and said, "People love to judge what they don't understand, but I answer to God, not the internet." That line instantly went viral. Half the internet praised her for staying strong under pressure, while the other half said it sounded like deflection. Either way,
no. But I do see some similarities of my husband in JD and Vice President JD Vance. I do. And that's why I'm so blessed to be able to introduce him tonight, because he understands the fight that we're up against, and he can articulate that in a way that transcends. He's an amazing man.
everyone was talking about her again, and that seemed to be exactly what kept her name trending week after week. Then came the whispers that she had recently attended a private donor event alongside J.D. Vance. It wasn't publicized, but someone who claimed to have been there said the two shared the stage for a few moments, talking about continuing Charlie's vision. Photos from that night never officially surfaced, but the story alone kept online discussions buzzing for days. Some interpreted it as a show of unity, others as a sign of something much deeper behind the scenes. What's undeniable is that Erika's influence has grown. She's become a visible figure in political and cultural spaces where she previously only appeared as Charlie's partner. Now she's